A darkly funny new play officially opens tonight on Broadway. The cast includes Sadie Sink from Stranger Things TV series. Dave Carlin covers arts and entertainment and takes us to the red carpet for John Proctor Is The Villain.
Fresh and smart, and especially appealing to high school and college students. It's John Proctor Is The Villain, starring Sadie Sink, and it's opening night. Popular young stars populate this play about high school students in an English class as they deep dive into Arthur Miller's classic play, The Crucible. They discover The Crucible, set during the Salem witch trials, closely parallels things happening in their own lives in current times.
You don't have to read The Crucible.
It stars Sadie Sink, perhaps best known for portraying Max Mayfield in the spooky series Stranger Things, and in Taylor Swift's All Too Well video.
John Proctor Is The Villain is a new play that I wrote. John Proctor Is The Villain is a play about a generation making their own change and taking care of each other when the institutions around them won't.
We talked to the playwright, Kimberly Belflower, about how the story turns The Crucible on its head and invites a new critique of the play's leading male character, John Proctor.
I think that when I was in high school, I wrote fan fiction, and I think the way that my brain has always made sense of the world around me is by taking other stories and putting them in new contexts. And so that's something I just do naturally. And then I reread The Crucible in the wake of the Me Too movement in the fall of 2017. And I think reading this text, I felt like I knew so well with the lens of that movement and the new vocabulary it gave to me and to a lot of women and people, just really kind of made me experience the play as a new piece. And it kind of just blew my brain open, and I started making all these connections to today, which is of course what Arthur Miller did originally with making connections between McCarthyism and the Salem witch trial. So it feels like this continuation of something that is a story, it's an allegory for many movements and many moments. I keep saying over and over again, I feel like this is not sinking in, and it's because just the reception has been beyond my wildest dreams. The cast is beyond my wildest dreams, and I think that what they're doing is they're doing such specific, dropped-in, lived-in work that the specificity becomes universal and is able to reach people no matter where they grew up, no matter who they are, and it's just really amazing. And to feel that energy come back to us from audiences is just the most special thing I've ever experienced.
You know, to be sort of the John Proctor in this, and the villain is attached to it, how do you feel about being in this production that is so full of energy?
I mean, first of all, it's a privilege to be a part of a show where an audience genuinely gasps and genuinely has audible reactions. You know, I've done a lot of work that I've been proud of, but to do a show where people gasp and it's not an Agatha Christie play, that's a testament to the writing, that's a testament to the direction, and hopefully to the work that we're doing as actors as well. And then in terms of playing the role that I'm playing, it is a slightly treacherous tightrope to walk, but you need my character to get the explosive catharsis and I don't want to, no spoilers, but the dance, dare I say, at the end. And so I do have to receive a lot of negative energy, both on stage and occasionally at the stage door. I think they're feeling it. I think they just felt what it was like to be a 16-year-old girl again. A lot of them are 16-year-old girls and have a relationship with the same cultural touchstones that these characters do, like Taylor Swift, like Lorde. And this music means so much to them, and I think this play means so much to them. Re-examining these patriarchal systems through a female lens. And so it's a privilege to play my part because I really believe in what the show is doing. And someone has to play this part, and if I was doing anything to protect myself rather than serve the play, I think it would be a detriment to the work. And so one of the things that I think is important is just to go all the way for it and don't protect myself, allow the play to fly. And one of the things that's really exciting, I hope you experienced, is audiences are having a, dare I say, cathartic experience at this show.
I mean, it's a dream. It's a total dream to be able to have the biggest, expansive and widest breadth of parts possible. That's kind of what I dreamed about when I was in drama school, to be able to do as much as I feel like I can muster from my own self. And I feel very grateful for this moment to have both of these two characters to be happening that are so different. It's really so fun. Yeah, it's such an intelligent play. It's such a complex play, and for young audiences to be drawn to that, to be drawn to good writing, to be drawn to really complicated, messy characters that aren't good and bad, I think it's a really good sign of the times. I think it's just such a testament to Kimberly Belflower's writing. I mean, she has such little time with Miss Gallagher, and yet it's one of the most amazing parts I've ever played because the journey is so big. It goes so far in such a short amount of time, and I feel really just so fortunate to be able to be working with these actors. I think this is truly one of the finest group of actors I've ever worked with in my life, and it's amazing considering how young everyone is. So I just feel so grateful and excited. Yeah.
People come to the theater and there's an etiquette. There is a customs, and we've built shows around those customs. And in a lot of ways, that's wonderful and amazing. But I think what we're seeing now in different cases, and I think we absolutely see this on like a Wednesday evening where it's like 98% 12-year-old and 16-year-old girls and their parents. And people, they don't care about those customs. They're going to react because the play is asking them to react. And that's a beautiful thing that Kimberly has done. She's written a very clear play where you feel empowered to react. And so these audience members, these younger ones, they don't hold true to the customs that we've built, which is wonderful because it's exciting.
I think I remember this one thing Danya, our director Danya Genius, told me early on in the process is what she always looks for in good theater is just moments of connection. Not necessarily story or plot or like interesting themes, which this play has. It has all of that, but moments of real connection between humans. And I think that's what I'm always going towards, and that's what the audience is reacting to.
I think that it's material that has really come to Broadway in the most powerful moment it could be in. It's all about moral gray zones, about really challenging situations that we all find ourselves in. And so being a part of something with so many incredible fresh faces, this cast is full of performers who you're going to see for a long time, makes me so proud as their director. And then I just think that Kimberly's work as a playwright is kind of fearless, and she's not afraid to really speak some truth, and it's so funny too. So it's just a joy and an honor to be the director.
Sink made her Broadway debut when she was 10 years old in a revival of the musical Annie, and now she's back on Broadway in this Proctor play that packs a punch.
She's very eccentric and has so much personality, and the way that it kind of just blurts out of her has been so much to explore and like learn more about every single day. But there's also so much complexity beneath that. So it's been like an honor to kind of shed light on every single aspect of Shelby. It feels really electric every single night. And having that instant feedback is like, it really keeps you going and just drives the pace of the play even further. So yeah, we weren't sure how people were going to respond, but it's been like so much fun to just like ride the wave every single night. It's a huge compliment to Arthur Miller's work as well, that like he's created something that withstands the test of time but also can be interpreted in so many different ways. Yeah, and you don't have to read The Crucible to come and see our play, but if you do, it'll like enrich that experience even more. But yeah, it's been so fun.
In the Theater District, Dave Carlin, CBS News, New York.
Dave is our reporter covering arts and entertainment. If you have a story idea for him, scan the QR code on your screen.